The satellite picture shows mainly fair and dry weather over the country at the moment. However, that is expected to change later today and tomorrow because we have a cold front.
Michelle Augustine is the Deputy Chief Meteorologist and the head of the forecasting team with the National Meteorological Service. She's been working there for more than 20 years.
It gives me great pleasure to be able to inform people about what to expect where the weather is concerned. Because as we all know, the weather is really important for day-to-day activities. So it's really an inspiring job to be able to provide that information to people.
What's it like to work as a meteorologist? What's a typical day like?
Well, a typical day at the Met Service, even when the weather is good, right, there is always work to do. For instance, we have to constantly monitor the weather. So even though it might look like a slow day when it's a bright sunny day, it's actually a day that we still need to perform our duties. We still need to forecast that good weather and as well observe the good weather.
Talk to me what that is like working during the hurricane season.
Yes, right. That is a challenging time, I must admit. But it's also an exciting time because you get to know firsthand what will happen. And I found that it's always a great experience to be able to inform people, to have them to be prepared, to get ready early in the advent of the passage of a storm system. So that for me is a fulfilling part of my career, to be able to inform the general public.
Augustine started working at the National Met Service in the late 90s. At the time, there were just a few women working there. A lot has changed since then, and she says it's all for the better.
It was a male-dominated setting. I can recall it was only about 4 females. There were only about 4 females when I joined the service in 1997. And I'm happy to report that now that has almost tripled. Right? And to add to that, we actually have a full female forecasting team at the moment. Right? We don't have any permanent male forecasters. So that's certainly, an enlightening experience for me to experience that in my tenure here. The meteorology career or the service is a shift system. So you have to work weekends, you have to work holidays, you have to work nights. And then as a woman with a family with children, at the time I had small children, right, it was definitely challenging to balance both my work and my home life. Right? So definitely challenging years, but here I am 23 plus years later.
And now she hopes that other women in Belize will take up the call to pursue careers in this field. She says the National Met Service is ripe with opportunities for work, and it's an environment that champions staff development.
The Met Service definitely offers a lot of opportunity to study abroad because most of the courses that we need to do to advance in the service is only offered outside of Belize. STEM is very important in meteorology, and so I would like to encourage anyone who is interested in maths and physics specifically, right? That's definitely an asset to have. We're still a small staff, and we have so much to do, so much that we would like to do in the future, but because of staffing limitations, we are not able to fulfill some of those, right? But there is an opportunity for women to join the Met Service and to advance.
And the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Reduction wants to see more women like Augustine advance in this field. So, for the ministry, Augustine's story is one of service that needs to be shared.
We might hear them on the radio giving the weather report, but we don't know all that is involved and the sacrifices that these people have done. So we believe that it is time to do that recognition. But we certainly congratulate Mrs. Michelle Augustine, the Deputy Chief Meteorologist.
Augustine didn't have a dream to become a meteorologist, but today she believes that it's not an accident that she ended up in this job.
In starting the service, I didn't have an ambition to say get to this position, right? But with time, I realized that Met grows on you. It's definitely a profession that you learn to love, right? Serving people, you definitely learn to love it. And yes, I was very surprised to be able to reach this position.
Is there anything you would change, or do you feel that you found your purpose in life?
I definitely feel that I found my purpose in life, most definitely. I have no regrets about my time here, none whatsoever. This job is fulfilling, exciting.
Reporting for News 5, I am Andrea Polanco.